Hello everybody, Kaito here, your best pal if it comes to RPGs. This time we will talk about Pokemon and what is behind all this DLC stuff. Just to make sure, this is not a video for bashing at the Pokémon Company, nor GameFreak, nor Nintendo. This is just an opinion and a video about asking questions. So, let's begin. If you have watched the last Nintendo Direct or Pokemon Direct, then you would have noticed that Nintendo announced a remake of the very first Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. Yay, how cool! Around 2 minutes have shown for this game. But then, the very shocking moment came. So many people expected probably a remake of Diamond and Pearl, but nope. They announced a new DLC for Pokemon, Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, with some new Pokemon and also with 200 plus older Pokemon added into the game. Okay, wait, what? I remember a statement from GameFreak where they said it wasn't possible to implement more Pokemon into the game. Or have I misunderstood something there? And now we get a DLC? Something really doesn't fit well into the scheme, or am I wrong? Okay, you could probably say, yeah, you don't need the DLC for getting the Pokemon because the update will be for free, so you still can get the added Pokemon. Well, that may be true, but are you then not forced to use the trade function? I mean, these Pokemon which will be added are for the DLC islands probably, which means you probably cannot catch them on the previous routes or zones. I, of course, don't know for sure if this is true, but I cannot think of something else because it wouldn't make much more sense for me. Well, okay, let's just say we will not need the DLC for getting the other Pokemon because you could still trade it from older Pokemon games. But how does this work? Well, Nintendo showed a graphic about how to trade Pokemon and it is somehow confusing. But what really bugs me the most is that I cannot trade from a Switch game, which is Let's Go Eevee Pikachu, to another Switch game, which is Sword and Shield. How to get Pokemon to the 3DS is something we already know, so I will not talk about this point here. But this here, you see, if you want to trade Pokemon from older generations, you also need to keep in mind that these Pokemon needs to be in the Sword and Shield game. You need to put your Pokemon to Pokemon Bank, which is a paid service, to Pokemon Home, which is also a paid service. And then you can transfer them to Pokemon Sword and Shield. For Pokemon Go and for Pokemon Let's Go, it's similar but not the same. You need to put your Pokemon to Pokemon Home, if they are in Sword and Shield of course, and then you can transfer them. In short, if you want to transfer your Pokemon from the 3DS, you need to pay for 2 different services to get your Pokemon into Sword and Shield. But you need to look if the Pokemon you want to transfer is indeed in the game. Holy, what have you done? Okay, you can say, hey, these services are not that expensive. Yeah, that may be true, but that is not the point. If you can remember, on the 4th and 5th generation there was no such service and you still could transfer your Pokemon. I don't mind this content what they will give us, not at all, but what I really do not get is the fact that they try to sell us something what should be in the game from the very beginning. I hope this is somehow understandable. The next argument what you could give is, it is better a DLC instead of the same game for full price with this content. I'll give you that. That is totally true. But here comes the but. For me, I would have rather waited for a full game, and yeah, I really mean a full game, with a complete natural dex, all these areas, costumes, hairstyles and so on, and would buy the full thing then. Now I bought a more or less finished / unfinished game which will be added with a more or less finished or unfinished DLC. Well, I haven't bought the game to be honest because it was a gift, but you know what I mean. Because all this feels really unfinished and many people are thinking the same. The biggest part which really made me mad was the fact that they lied to us, telling us they wanted to remodel the Pokemon from the ground up, but in the end, they didn't do a thing of that. Or did they meant the new Pokemon? Well, if that's the fact, then it should be only natural. Okay, I think I have told you guys enough. You can make your own picture of that. I just wanted to ask some questions here and put in my opinion of that. But for now, I only can say thank you everybody so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe so I can grow, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye and see you soon!